Today's episode of How Did Jason Do That is brought to you by Visual Studio Code, ChatGPT, and the browser of your choice. Hello and welcome to How Did Jason Do That. Today I'll be showing you how to use ChatGPT to help us create an HTML CSS JavaScript accordion out of an HTML unordered list. We will be using, of course, ChatGPT, Visual Studio Code, and the browser of your choice to achieve this. To do this yourself, you will need to download Visual Studio Code. You can get this for free at code.visualstudio.com. If you're more comfortable in other code editors, feel free to use them. This isn't Visual Studio Code specific. Use Notepad++, Atom, CodePen, whatever you're most comfortable using. Before we get started today though, don't forget to hit subscribe, click the bell icon so you can get notified when another one of my videos becomes available, and please leave your comments below. Let's get started. To start today, we'll launch Visual Studio Code. From the File menu, go New File, and type in HTML. It'll ask us to save it, so let's give it a name, accordion.html, and we'll create it. Once your file's created, hit exclamation point. You'll get this Emmet abbreviation. Just click on that, and it'll fill in a basic HTML file for you. Let's hit save on that. Now I'm going to open up a file that has the unordered list. And I'll copy and paste this into the description of the video below. We'll just copy that, and we'll throw it into the body of our HTML file. Just like so. Now, let's see what it looks like. So I'm going to launch Google Chrome, and you can see this is what the file looks like. It's a basic HTML unordered list with P tags inside, as well as nested unordered lists with list items underneath. And you can see that here, how it's rendered. Into a format. Ultimately, what we want to do is create an accordion much like this one on W3 Schools, where it opens and closes. So I'll minimize this for right now. I'm going to open up ChatGPT, and I'm going to throw in the entire HTML document. But first I'll ask it the question. I want to make the UL in this HTML document a CSS JavaScript accordion. I'll go Shift Enter and then paste in my entire HTML code. We'll see what ChatGPT comes up with. Okay, it's generated something for us. This is perfect. So, to create a CSS and JavaScript according to your HTML structure, you can use the following code as an example. This code uses HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to create a simple accordion effect when clicking on the list headers. That's perfect. Look at that. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy that code, and we'll throw it back into Visual Studio Code and hit save. Now let's open this up in our browser to see what it came up with. Well, it kind of worked. I mean, like the first one opens and closes, but not great. So let's challenge ChatGPT a little bit more. Actually, what we'll do is we'll try to regenerate. Let's choose another chunk of code. See if maybe the second time around is better. Perfect. Let's copy this code and let's throw it in. And we'll check it out again in Chrome. Okay, don't mind the second one here, but as you see, it only opens the first one. So we'll challenge ChatGPT more. Actually, perhaps we were a bit too vague with this, so let's actually make it a little bit more simple. I'm going to revert back to the original. And what I'm going to do is what I'm going to do now is just save it back. We'll notice that we want each list item to be the header, correct? So what we'll do is we'll actually call this, go class equals accordion header. Well, actually, should have put that inside there, so we'll just chuck there. And we'll just repeat this down for the rest of the paragraph tags throughout. All right. And what we'll do is the nested item underneath, we'll actually give that a class. We'll call it nested item. And we'll do that with all the unordered lists that are nested all the way up. So the second time around, what we'll do is we'll actually, first off, just look to see what that looks like. Obviously, it should not change its look from the original. It's perfect. It was just adding classes. What I'll do now is I'll copy and paste this in to ChatGPT and we'll ask it, I want to make the following UL in the HTML to act as an HTML CSS accordion when the user clicks on the, let's have a look here, let's just see what exactly the class name, on the accordion header, I want it to display the sibling element, nested dash item. Let's paste our code back in and let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Perfect. So that looks pretty neat. Let's copy that and see what it came up with. Save it and we'll crack it open. Perfect. Let's click on list 1 and it opens. List 2 and it opens. List 3 it opens. List 4. That's looking pretty good. That's exactly the functionality we need. So interestingly enough, I know exactly how to hide these bullets. But let's see if we can get ChatGPT to do it for us. We'll give kudos. That code is great. Can you help me to make the bullets hidden? Excellent. Let's copy that code, save it, and see what it comes up with. Well, that didn't really work. You know, that's pretty close. So what we'll do is we'll just finish it up ourselves. What I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to, instead of challenging ChatGPT anymore, I'm just going to make it where UL, and I'm going to say list style to none. Let's check it out. Perfect. We have exactly what we want. So now just the final thing, we'll just pretty up a little bit. So I'm going to make this accordion header. I even already have it declared here, so I'll just give it a background color of a nice RGBA value of say 242, 242, and 1. So let's see what that looks like. Perfect. Now we have banded. You can see that. Opens and closes depending on where you click. Give it a little bit more padding in there. And now perhaps, I don't know, 50 pixels looks good. It might be overkill. Let's just have a look here. Whoa, that's a lot of overkill. Yeah, okay. Whoa, well, no, we're not going to go that high. Perhaps 10 pixels. Oh, that looks good. Now I'm just going to inspect this to see where this little white gap is coming from. Oh, it looks like overall we still have some paddings and margins inside here. So it looks like we have a padding on the UL and a margin. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to set in the UL, we're going to go margin 0, and we'll go padding 0. We'll save that up. We'll refresh it. That looks great. A little bit tighter in there. Let's have a look at this here. There's a little bit of a white gap. So we'll click on there and we'll have a look to see. It looks like the paragraph tag has a little bit of a, so it looks like we have a margin in there that we want to get rid of. So what we'll do is we'll select the paragraph tag and we'll make the margins to 0. So let's just go in there. We'll go paragraph and we'll just say margin to 0. Let's save that and see what it looks like. That's absolutely perfect. Now I just want to separate these up a little bit more visually. So underneath each nested item, or actually specifically the accordion header, I'm just going to put in a border of, actually make it a border bottom of 1 pixel solid, and we'll make it a color just slightly darker than that 242, so we'll go 220. Perfect. Let's save that and refresh. Pull. Perfect. Now we have some lines separating them. If I click, you'll see that it opens up. Now I'd like to have this the same as well with a bit of padding, the same as the header. So the header is, let's just have a look here. If I right click and inspect these, this is the nested item. So what I'm going to do with the nested items, I'm going to give it a padding that is the same as its parent. So it would be 10 pixel padding. We'll refresh that, and that looks really good. So there we go. That is how we create an HTML CSS accordion with the help of ChatGPT. Thank you for joining me today on how to use ChatGPT to help us create an HTML, CSS, JavaScript accordion out of an HTML unordered list. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and leave your comments below. And please visit my channel again to see how to Jason do that. And until next time, take care. Hey, thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Please check out some of my other videos.